are now tuned in to Hot Topics with Donna. And on this show, we do one thing: keep it real hot. That's honest, open, and transparent. If you didn't know, now you know. So sit back and unwind as we bring the vibe and a little bit of glorious sunshine to your heart, soul, and mind. Your lovely host, Hot Donna, will be with you in just a few moments. But while you wait, go ahead and set an atmosphere of peace in your space. If you can, cut the lights down low, get your hydration on, vibration zone. Cause tonight, you're about to receive some delicious food for your soul. Are you ready? Are you ready? It's about to get hot. You are indeed in the one and only place to be this evening. We appreciate you for joining us, and in just a few moments, we about to turn the heat all the way up. That's right. It's about to go down right now on Hot Topics with Donna. Show your virtual love by smashing that thumbs up and heart icon as many times as you can. And without further ado, I have the distinct pleasure of introducing your host, the one and only Hot Donna.
Hello, hello, hello. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Hot Topics with Donna. I am your host, Donna Taylor, here from D Taylor Network. Guys, I hope you had an amazing day. I know a lot of us was off on yesterday, so I hope you're enjoying your Tuesday. And so I'm going to go ahead and get started because my guest is waiting. And so the word that I chose today for my guest, for you, for me, is confidence. And it says the Lord will be your confidence and will keep your foot from being caught. And that comes from Proverbs 3 and 30. Let me see. Hold on. I got to tell you right then. It's from Proverbs 3 and 16. So a lot of times, and you guys know, I tell you all the time, I had to find my confidence because I allow people in certain relationships dictate how I was going to love me. But I'm so thankful that I'm loving me now. And that's what I hope and pray for everyone that's watching, that if you lack confidence, look within yourself and say, I am somebody, I am worthy. And what helps me is the scripture when God says you are fearfully and wonderfully made. That's what I live on, stand by. And so it's not being arrogant, it's just being confident and assured in Christ and know that he said, I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Doesn't mean that you're you cocky. It just means that if that's what he said, then you just have to believe it and trust it. So I'm going to do my my networking promotion at the end. I'm going to go ahead and bring my guest on. I'm super excited about this beautiful young lady, and so you will get to see her in a minute. Hold on. Okay, so while she's coming on, I have some updates on some things that people are doing in their community. I'm super excited about it. So,
Hi,
hi. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. Are you nervous?
I am.
You don't look nervous. You look beautiful as always. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And so the word that I chose for you today is confidence. And I want to ask you, have you always exuded the confidence that you have now?
I have not. Growing up, I have beautiful cousins, so it's often that I would say, "Oh my God, they're so pretty," and I'm just me.
Wow. I mean, wow, because you are truly beautiful. Like when I first met you, I'm like, you are truly beautiful. But that goes to show you that we look at ourselves totally different when we see, like you said, family members. But when did you realize that you were beautiful?
Um, Basically, when I got to see, wow, I did that. I was,
Right.
you know,
And so,
first.
and here you are. So now when you look at your cousins or see your cousins, do you exude your confidence still, knowing that they are beautiful, but so am I?
Yes, yes.
And how does it make you feel?
It makes me feel, like part of my beautiful family. I get that sense of, ooh, it runs in the family.
Right. And so let me ask you this, because I know you have a daughter and she's beautiful too. So did you worry about if you didn't get your confidence level where it needed to be, how were you going to instill her to have self-confidence as well?
Well, my mom does help me out with that, to help her understand that to feel beautiful,
Mhm.
but also not to feel beautiful at the expense of other people. So yeah,
Oh, yes, that's amazing. And so tell people who you are and where you reside.
I'm Danielle. I live in Lynchburg, Virginia.
Okay, and so I had the pleasure of meeting you, I think 2021 maybe.
Yes.
And like I said, when I saw you, I was like, wow, she is really, really pretty. And you carry yourself with such poise. And and I'm not saying that, we all don't do that, but some people it takes practice, and then some people it just come naturally. And when I saw you, it was just natural because you if you're trying to work at something, you can tell they're trying to really work at it. But with you, your poise, you didn't have to work at it. So is that part of your grooming growing up as a child?
Yes. Yes.
So you always had to sit prim and proper when you went somewhere, right?
Yes.
I mean, because like I say, you exude it, and it's just amazing to watch you how you carry yourself. And I just want to say thank you just for staying true to who you are, because every time I'm in your presence, you never changed.
Yes, ma'am.
You never change, and that's very hard to say about a lot of people that you encounter, especially in the industry of modeling and doing different things. You never change, and I'm so thankful and so pleased that you stand true to who you are. Hey Queen, thank you for joining. So your favorite quote is, I do it for me, not for you. Explain that to us.
Um, Basically, when you are when you're doing something for someone else, you're allowing them to control your life.
Absolutely.
When you do it for yourself, that way, I mean, I know I'm living my life. I'm living my life authentically. Um,
Right.
anything anything I get out of it, any of my experiences, it's going to be for me, not
Absolutely.
for
Absolutely.
approval.
Absolutely. And so, do you find it hard now that you have found yourself, if you will, with your self confidence? How do you maintain that? Because a lot of times, like I said before with myself, I was in a relationship and I allowed him to make me feel less than. And then once I grew up, if you will, I realized that I was that all along. I was somebody all along, but because I wanted this, I allowed them to make me feel less than. So how do you stay true to who you are without saying, nope, I'm not compromising? relationships, whether it's with friendships or significant other, family members? How do Danielle stay true and not allow people to take her back to that place with no self-esteem?
Um, well, I had to say it's basically being a role model for my daughter.
Oh, yeah.
Most definitely, because it's easy to try to form into other people's body, but I can't tell her be herself when I'm for everyone else,
Absolutely, absolutely. And you're teaching her now because you hope, as you keep nurturing her and grooming her, along with your mom, you want to make sure that you guys are setting the standards for her. And, and that's what I do with my mentees. I'm like, it's okay to want to have friends, but not at the cost of losing yourself. Because if you're trying to go here and they still want to be down here, either they're going to rise up here, but you never go back to the bottom. And that's what we really need to instill in our young girls and our young men, because it's happening with men as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. And so I met you when I was a judge for the Ladies of VA pageant. And so did you have any struggle deciding if you wanted to do this pageant?
I didn't, because I was encouraged by a family friend to do the pageant to begin with, and it kind of gave me that boost of confidence. I was like, well, she sees something in me, she sees something in me that clearly I can project, I can give to someone else. I was like, that either it's playing into the vision that you see so often, sisterhood and promoting and uplifting. Right. And well, if she sees I'm able to do that, then shoot, I'm gonna do it.
Absolutely. And so how long, once you made that decision, how long did it take you to start preparing, like to know what outfits you wanted, and did you know the looks that you wanted to bring?
There were so many things I wanted to try. So I went with the vision that was inside my price range at the time.
Right.
A budget. So although I wanted to go big, flash, my budget was a little small.
I mean, I get it, girl. You got to do, and that's what I'm saying. And that's, you have to, and that's with one question that I asked some of the contestants that I judged this time, because like you said, if you have an idea, but if your budget don't meet that, you have to work with what you have. And so were you pleased with what you had?
Yes. Yeah. I think I made it come out the way I wanted it to.
You did.
It's one of those talents I built growing up, had kids that were wearing the newest fashions and everything.
Right.
My mother raised me very modest.
Right.
I was able to, I went back to those old days of going to the flea market and finding.
Girl, yes, that's my thing now. I'm telling you that I'm telling you, if anybody know me, I mean, I love thrifting. That is, to me, that is the to do all and be all. And so when you got your outfits together, and so when you tried them on, did you kind of, like tweak it how you wanted it to be?
I made it what my mom would call a Danielle original. She calls it a Jennifer original. I made it, the orange skirt that I wore, the maxi skirt. It wasn't exactly the number one everyone thought I should wear. But I loved that skirt so much, and I felt so confident every time I put it on. I was like, the personality is going to shine through.
Yes.
More than the style, I guess.
Right. And so what was your platform for, because I know every contestant have a platform. And so what was your platform?
Mental health awareness.
And so when you chose that, was it personal or it was just that what we need to be embracing? Because as we know, it is the last, 2 days of mental health awareness month, but I feel
Yeah.
mental health awareness should be every day because people are dealing with some real serious stuff.
Yes. It is something that is personal to me.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like people should educate themselves on, because the world is a little darker than I would like for it to
Oh,
be.
absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
So, and it's often because we neglect what other people are going through. We overlook.
Mm-hmm.
We'll say, "Oh, well, I know someone who has their situation and they're fine," but you're
Right.
accountability of. I mean, well, you're not taking into account that that person might be up internally, not just.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. Hey Mocha, hey Patrick. But and the thing, I struggle with is when, you hear people like you just said, like when people say they are depressed or they have PTSD, oh, it's a spirit. We know what it is, but it's real. It's nothing that people can just sweep under the rug and think that, oh, well, let's just get over it. Let's get over it. People don't get over it. And when they do get over it, it's on the other side, if you will. Now they done took their life, and then now
Yeah.
the naysayers are saying, oh man, I didn't know it was that serious.
Yeah, they should have just talked to me.
Right, right. But like you said, but how do we and how do you, with this platform, continue to push mental health awareness to let people know if you're depressed, it's okay. It is nothing to feel shame about. And a lot of times, and I don't know if you have researched it, we as African Americans are the number ones that always want to sweep it under the rug because it's a stigma that we have to pray. We was taught to pray. Yes, I can pray all day, but if I am in a dark place and right now, if God is still dealing with me and until he helped me, that dark place might take me even darker.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, that's very true. It's very true. My mother is a she tells me that often, that you have to pray on it. I have friends that they have a little mental downings and everything, and I'm like, mommy, I don't know what to say to them. I don't know what to tell them. And she'll say, well, pray for them. And
Right.
I'm a strong believer that God does equip you with the people that you need.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely. And Big Mocha said mental illness is another silent killer. It is. And when we don't embrace people, because if I come to you and I tell you, listen, I'm really in a bad place, I don't need you to start saying, well, what caused you? Why? I mean, I just need you to, like
yeah,
talk me through this so I can at least get some comfort. I don't need you to be asking me, how did I get here? And what I need you to say, listen, I am here. Whatever you need from me, I'm making myself available. And a lot of times I feel, and I don't know if you feel, that people can't do that because we, as society, like you said, we are so judgmental. We are so judgmental when people that look like you, that look like me, and people think we got it all together. And then when we say we're depressed or we got PTSD, and they're looking like, oh, what, really? Like, what do you have to be depressed about? Hey,
yeah,
hello, you don't know my journey. So I mean, all you're doing is looking at this superficial outer skin.
yes.
Yep. So, hey, Crystal, and hey, Rashika. And so now that you're doing this, and I know your season is up for the pageant, but do you still promote your platform?
I do. I still am a person of my platform. I'm still an advocate for mental awareness. I'm still a sister to everyone in the pageant.
Absolutely.
And when they need me, I'm still in their inbox messaging them, asking, are you okay? You know,
Right.
still doing my part. Yes.
Absolutely. And that's what it should be about, sisterhood. Because I'm a firm believer, if you and I and all the ladies on here, whether we live in the same state or whatever the case may be, if we continue to push each other, we can be so stronger in a sisterhood. And just to say, oh, hey, I haven't talked to you in a week or two, is things okay? It
Mhm.
doesn't mean that we have to be in each other's inbox or just on the phone, but just saying, hey, haven't talked to you, listen, just checking, everything okay? And we never know at that moment what they may be going through, that they may be saying, I'm glad you text,
Yeah.
do you have a minute? And we have to make ourselves available for our sisters that we know that may be in crisis, because we're living in a time that everybody's on their own journey.
Yes. And everyone's trying to grow to be a better them.
Absolutely. I know I am. I try to be better than I was. I try to be better than I was today. If he'll allow me to live to see tomorrow, I'll just say, Lord, I want to be better than I was yesterday. And so, will you run again when your time it comes to run again for pageant? Let me
Well,
see.
like Crystal commented down there, I am going to be an international. So,
Oh, good. Big Mocha said, What do you, Danielle, what do you do, Danielle, when you're going through something, but people come to you for um, healing?"
so I will be honest, and it's a very sad truth, honestly. Um, that often when someone is going through something, I will let them know up front, I am not in the best position to give you.
Mm,
I
mm.
am I am not in the best spirit or whatever it may need to be said,
Wow.
so they understand that, hey, I want to be there for you,
Mm.
but I can't right now because all I can do is put you in even more of a darker space.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to give you some claps, because that is honest, open, and transparent right there as you can get. Because if I come to you and coming to you, I'm broken. But when you can tell me, hey, listen, I want to help you, but I am not in the right state of mind right now, you don't know how you have saved somebody else's life, because you're saying, I ain't in the best place right now myself. And a lot of us, we won't even say that. We won't even say that to say, girl, I let me just tell you, I want to help you, but right now I ain't where I need to be. And you know what? I can respect you even the more for you being upfront with me than you're damaging me worse. And that
Yeah.
is so commendable, because we got to be more like that. If I know I can't help you right now, listen, I'm going to try to find somebody that you can talk to that may be in this place right now. But right now, girl, I am not here. I am not there, because you know what? I'm jacked up too. And so, two jacked up people, we ain't going to help each other. Let's just keep it real. We're not going to. But when you say that, do you feel bad at the time, or do you feel like, Lord, this is the best I can give them, is my truth, because I don't want to damage anybody that's hurting, and I know I'm not even mentally or spiritually in this place to even counsel them.
Um, I do feel like I do feel bad afterwards. I will, if it weighs on me too much past the point of initial contact,
Mhm.
I will reach back out to them and say, hey, I'm not trying to be up. I just literally, I'm going through dot, 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 dot. I
Right,
have moments where I've had to call Crystal and vent to her about stuff because
right,
I was in a spot, like, someone had reached out to me and it like put me into a low, I guess you could say. And
right,
I'm
right,
like, hey, I want to help them so bad, so I need to get me right. I need to talk to somebody who can put me in a better position
right,
and
right,
like feel a little bit more relief so I can be there for them. I mean, um, I have taken people like when they say, I really don't know how do it anymore. Like they have those words, those keywords.
Right.
It's bad. I'll be like, okay, hold on. Let me get the kids together. Let's
Right.
go. Let's go to Subway or something. Let's sit down and let's eat.
Absolutely. Hey, Jaquana. Hey, Tamika, I love you, cuz. And so now that you're here, so what, like the pageant that was on Sunday, it was on Saturday. My days are getting. So you was there. How did it feel just to come back out with your crown and with your sash on?
It feels good. It feels good. I am appreciative that I was able to, represent Ladies of Virginia.
Yeah.
One. But it was mostly a happy moment of seeing one of my pageant sisters get her crown.
Absolutely.
I take pictures,
Yeah.
and being able to. I think I put the set on Amanda, but
Right.
it's like even though I wasn't part of it, I know Crystal has been working with Amanda, so I can't take any credit for it. But it's just great seeing,
Mm-hmm.
Seeing a sister get her crown.
Absolutely. And they all were so phenomenal. They were all phenomenal. And even I know only one can be crowned, but they all deserve, just a round of applause and just how beautiful they look. And that's the key. And Crystal is doing some amazing things down there in Lynchburg. And I love supporting her because she is a true sister that will support wherever you go. I mean, if it's sharing a flyer or giving you a shout out, that's one thing I appreciate about her. And I told her, even with Hot Topics with Donna, like she would share my stuff, she would shout me out. Not that she have to or I look for her to do it, but that's just who she is. And like my friend Queen is on here, Jaquana, and that's what sisterhood is about. It's not always about money. It's about just saying, sis, I see you, keep pushing, stay in your lane. You're moving. I can't worry about what Jaquana is doing over here. I gotta worry about me. And if I'm staying in my lane and she's staying in hers, and we're both working towards whatever purpose we're working, we're gonna all get there. We will reach our destination. And that is what sisterhood is about. It's about pushing each other into our destination. And because we know how to tear each other down, because we got that down pat. We got that down packed a long time ago. But for me, I want sisters to win. I want you to win. Why am I jealous of you? Because of what you're doing. I may not can handle the level of success that you're in.
Yes.
But we do. We do. So when do you cross over and say, oh, now I want to try this modeling? So did the modeling come first or did the pageant come first?
So modeling did come first.
Hold on, I got a question for you. It says, since the last show, I've released a lot of things to work on me. So thankful for this show. Thanks, Danielle, and congratulations. That was from Big Mocha.
Okay, yeah, thank you. I love her.
Uh-huh. She's a cool chick. She know what she's doing for sure.
She is I want to say a bubble of sunshine, but that doesn't make sense.
But I mean, it makes sense. It's just saying you like her personality. It just, yes, it does. Yeah. Hey, Kim. She said she loved you too. So what came first, the modeling or the pageant?
The modeling. So back in 2013, I had went to a casting call, and when I made it, I actually had met a pageant queen there, and it actually introduced me to pageants, and I looked into it. But at the time, I was like, I don't think I can do it because, I was hearing everyone tell me, oh, it's so competitive, it's cutthroat.
Right.
They'll find a way to tear you down, all these different stuff. And I was like, oh, I don't want that. I'll just that and show I can't do it. Like, I don't like the competitiveness. So,
right.
So, modeling came first, but then when I did Ladies of Virginia, Crystal and I want to say Gwen might have been part of it, but I then started doing some fashion shows with Amber, and
Mm-hmm.
kind of made me realize, oh, I like this. This is fun.
Right.
It's like 30 seconds of having a spotlight on you, and then you get to go and change into something else. You get to be a different person, like
Exactly.
5 times one day.
And and just like I see you sometimes, like you will come in, you have a whole look, and then the next time you'll have a whole new look. You're gonna change the hair and stuff. And so I think I've done that once because I'm like, it's hard enough to change clothes, but I gotta change these wigs. I was like, nah. Mm-mm. So if I try to wear it, it depends on how I'm feeling. Like I may do something curly like yours, so I know I can wrap it, put it up. If I'm wearing something real sexy or whatever, but I'm just like, nah, that's just too much work. And so here you are in the modeling world. So how do you handle females that can be catty? Because if truth be told, everybody on here so far, I've seen that models, we know it can be catty. So how do you handle that situation if you're ever confronted with that?
I will be honest with you. I do not subject myself to it. I introduce myself to everyone at every fashion show. If you feel at that point you do not want to be dealt with me, you feel some kind of way about my persona, then I don't deal with you anymore. I go to with my people, and that's where
I know, right? And so, what is the most rewarding for you, just knowing who you are, coming from not having self-confidence, and now here you are, you exuded, you are so poised, and now you're doing runway, you're doing pageants. And so, what is the most rewarding thing for you, even if it was in doing the pageant, being a model? Like, what is the most rewarding thing that you've gotten out of these two things?
So just to go off the most recent thing, if I can give you a quicker answer, was having people people tell me that they appreciate me.
Mm-hmm.
From this last show, I had a few people reach out to me and tell me they appreciated me being so kind
Right.
to the little ladies of Virginia. And I mean, it's been rewarding to have someone who doesn't know you actually feel a good reaction from you.
Right. And Crystal said, she said, I'll handle that situation for her. Hey, Crystal, that's what you're talking. That's what you said. That is a real sisterhood right there, my friend. That is a real sisterhood. But you know what? It does feel great when people appreciate you because, and a lot of times we as models, we travel to and fro. And sometimes we do feel like, do you really appreciate me or do you just want me to be here to put on this show for you? And I mean, I'm just keeping it real. I'm just keeping it honest, open, and transparent. I'm just keeping it real because I've done a lot of shows, and most of the shows I've been to, I felt appreciated. But then you have some shows that you go to, and it's like we came here to support you. Like, at least you can do is be kind.
Yeah, I haven't experienced that yet because
You
I
know?
with the people that I deal with, Crystal, Washika, Amber, Bugatti. Those are I've stayed with. I think I did one show with Washika for another fashion show.
Mhm.
It wasn't um that was it wasn't as bad as I've heard some people say that was going.
Right.
I honestly haven't had a bad experience. I've had a little turbulence in my experience, but nothing I couldn't handle.
Right, absolutely. And see, and you like me, when I go to a show, I find me a spot, I camp out, and that's where I do my thing. And I never forget, I was at a fashion show, I won't say where, but I was at a fashion show, and it was the first time that I've ever had a designer so rude. And so I had on her garment, and I don't have a six pack, and the jumper was cute, but I had a little pudge, and she asked me, are you going to suck it in? And I was getting ready to say something, and one of my model sisters, she was like, don't even react. But I'm telling you, my first reaction was to take her stuff off and just say, you put it on.
Yeah.
And you have to train yourself, because you don't want to be disrespectful. But at the same time, I'm not coming to a show to be disrespectful. You chose me. I didn't choose you to walk in your line. And so that was the first time since I've been doing modeling since 2012 that I had encountered that. And I was like, never again would I work for you, because you can't go back and redo it, because I'm a firm believer your first impression is a lasting one. And I'm thinking, if you talk like that to me, what about other models that you have encountered, and even young adults, even young teens that may not have the tough skin to say, you know what, I'll let that slide. But it could have been your daughter. You know what I'm saying? And so how do we make, these modeling, fashion shows more conducive where people are going to treat us with respect?
Yeah. I've had an experience like that, but and I have to admit it did affect me, because every time I do a modeling bag, I mean model bag, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I do make sure I pack multiple shapewear. So
Girl, bye.
I mean because I feel like it did affect me, because
Mm-hmm.
I have a pudge.
Girl, yeah.
It's a
I
pudge
mean,
that doesn't go in very well, and because I have been trying to lose weight and eating at certain times, dieting things,
mm-hmm.
I still have a pudge. But
Girl, yes. I mean, hey, we just curvy women. Like, hey, hello.
yeah.
And the thing about it is, for you,
Mhm.
when when you felt kind of slighted, if you will, how did you not lose your self-confidence? Because, like you said, if you don't have that tough skin, you could easily go back and say, I'm not doing this. So what kept you going?
So, credit to my model sisters. Um, Targula and Juicy, they
Mm-hmm.
helped, because I was genuinely in tears. I was getting angry. My body had heated up. I was like,
Mm.
because of the situation, I was like, I'm actually one of the smallest models you selected, and
Right, right,
about my pudge. So it kind of affected me at the time, and it did make me mad for a few days. I was
right,
complaining
right.
for days afterwards. But in the moment, my sisters lifted me up. They said, "You look great. Get out there, rock it."
Right,
Um,
right.
it did show in the pictures that I was a little bit self-conscious about it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, having the people around me lift me up and tell me,
Hmm.
"Look great. Do you?"
Right.
It helped.
And so where do you want to take your modeling career? Like, how far do you want to go? Do you just enjoy it at this level, or do you want to go further?
I just enjoyed at this level. My mom has been encouraging me to try to become to go up a level, do it more nationally.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, it's so many people there can be catty,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I'm ready to expand to
Right. Right.
you know.
And that's real talk, because like you said, you've worked so hard where you're at now to build your self-confidence, and that's the last thing you want to do is go to the next level and then they bring you all the way back down and you got to start over. And so that's commendable that, because, like, we want to please mama, but also you have to say, you know what, mom, I do desire that, but right now I'm not capable in my
Yeah.
mind to go to the next
Yeah.
level, because, like, I want to do the pageant that Chris is doing, but I'm still trying to process it, because there again, it's going to be outside of my comfort zone. You see what I'm saying? And it's not that I'm afraid that I can't do it. It's just me saying, how am I going to just push through? Because a lot of people think I love being in front of the camera, but really and truly, I'm good being in the background. Because even doing this, girl, it's a whole process. I have to talk to myself, and by the time I get on here, I'm just telling y'all, they think that coming on here is like, girl, she be waiting. No, I am talking to myself, and I'm like, Lord, you got this, because I just love being just me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I love talking to people, but I have to, like, get myself pumped up, and then I'm thinking, okay, what look I'm going to do today? And I try to do my looks according to who I interview and how I feel. Like tonight, I changed like 3 times until I said, oh. I was like, and sometimes I'd be like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. But I enjoy doing this. And so what would you tell young girls that want to get in pageants and modeling? What would you tell them? Because I know your baby girl wants to start modeling. So what do you tell her first? And then what do you tell other young girls that you may encounter?
Well, for my daughter, I tell her that it's all about you bringing your personality to the designs.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about you going out there and you feeling confident. I was like, if you're basically selling confidence. I was like,
Right.
It's like you have to make sure that you don't look. Me and my daughter have gone through some things about her look like she doesn't want to be there. And
Right.
okay, if you don't want to do it, let's just not do it. Let's just not do it. But for other girls, it will be the same thing, to let them, to tell them that it's about being there. It's about, making other girls who look like you feel that they can do it too. You're encouraged,
Absolutely.
without
Absolutely.
encouraging someone else that's looking at you and saying, well, if she can do it, I can do it too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so would she continue, to do fashion shows if you do them? And how do you choose a fashion show that you are in? And do you try to be a part of everybody's fashion show?
I try to be part of all the people that believe in me. I try to be in their fashion show to support them.
Right. But so do you ever, like, say, for instance, if you didn't know me and I was to do a fashion show, would you do your homework to see what type of person that they are and what kind of image that they are portraying before you say, I'm gonna be a part of this? Because you are building a name for yourself and you are your own brand. And so do you check them out, or do you say, well, just let me give it a try?
I have said, let me give it a try. I have also, talked to other people that are like mutual friends of them, or,
Mm-hmm.
excuse me, that have worked for them, worked with them in the past,
Mm-hmm.
and what kind of person they are.
Right.
It's one person who does a fashion show. I've heard very bad things, and I will not work with him, but he
Right.
does great shows. But
Right.
the research that I'm doing is saying,
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, and that's real talk, because that's just like me. I've worked really hard in the last 2 years building my brand and who I am. And so that's why I have to be very careful about what I attach my name to, because at the end of the day, if there is no more DT Network, Hot Topics with Donna, at the end of the day, I still have to represent me. I still have to be Donna, because I'm still a mom. I'm still a grandma. I'm still somebody's daughter. I'm still somebody's sister and aunt. So I still have to represent myself, whether or not all this stuff that I'm doing walks away, because at the end of the day, the only thing that we have is our name. And
Yes.
we have to protect our name at all costs. And that's why I wanted to know, like, are you selective? And sometimes I know, even if I know the person, if I have had, like, see how you operate, I'm like, nah, I can't. And it
Yeah,
makes me feel bad, but at the end of the day, do you have a problem saying no if you don't want to do it?
I do.
So but no, and that's real talk. So why is it a problem for you to say no? Is it because you feel like they're not going to want to work with you, or they're going to say, oh, is she going to tell you no?
It's because I feel like it's an easy way to have bad bad talk about you. You know,
Hmm.
say, nah, I don't want to do their show because of da 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 da.
Right?
Then next thing you know, someone's gonna be like, oh, well, she's stuck up. And I'm gonna be like, no, I'm not. I'm down to earth. I'm really.
Right, right. But one thing I'm going to tell you, as a seasoned, model, it's okay to say no, because at the end of the day, you have the right to determine what shows you're going to be in. Whether, if you and I are cool and I say I'm not going to do it and you want to do it, I'll say, okay, well, that's you. But if it's reversed and you say, I don't think I want to do it, if I'm your friend, I'm going to be your friend. I'm not going to be mad at you, because we're all on our different journey. And that's why I was saying, like, you have to be very selective, because at the end of the day, you're Danielle Johnson, and you might want to go to another whole level, and you always have to protect where you're
Yeah.
at and protect your name, because at the end of the day, they can strip us of all these things we're doing, but I want them to say, Donna is straight up. She is who she is.
Yes.
And it's okay. It's okay. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying, from another sister to another sister, just know it's okay to say no. It is okay to say no. And this is the real talk. If they say you're stuck up, or if they say, well, Donna don't want to do this because that means that you shouldn't be working with them anyway. Because if I ask you to be on a show and you say, no, not this time, and I'll be like, okay, well, thank you. And I'll just be like, well, maybe the next time. Because that's real talk. Because if you don't want to be in the show for whatever reason, I can't just downplay you
Yeah.
and say, well, why, well, I don't know. No, it's just that, you know what? Now it's not the time. I'm just, I'm just not going to do it. And their response should be, thank you for letting me know, because I would rather for you to let me know that you can't do my show than the day of, then you're going to be like, I really just can't do it. And then you pull out.
Yes, I understand that.
Yes. So just, and I'm just saying, and I'm just being honest with you, because you are a beautiful person, but don't feel bad when you tell people no.
Yes, I mean,
Don't. Because I know boundaries are hard, and I am a selfless person, and my girlfriend tells me all the time, I need to take care of me first, and that's hard. That is really, really hard, and that's something I'm working on, because I just want everybody to win, and sometimes I put everybody else above me, and that's
yes,
a hard pill to swallow when your girlfriends tell you that. You know what
yes,
I'm saying? And so I'm saying it's okay to say no. It's okay to say no and not feel bad.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. It, and I mean, and I'm not trying to shame you or nothing, but I'm just telling you real talk. It is okay to say no, because the same thing I'm telling you is the same thing I tell myself. And it's hard. It's hard as hell when you just want everybody to win and you want to be available for everybody. But in life, we're not going to be able to be available for everybody. We're just not. And the people that love us gonna love us, and the people that's gonna walk away gonna walk away. But I always say, when they walk away, then God said they cannot go where you're trying to go. Yep.
Yeah.
But no, I totally get, where you're going, but just know that it's okay to say no, and don't feel bad. And I'm taking my own advice, because I don't like saying no, but you know what? I'm learning, because you know what? At the end of the day, it all comes back on me.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
we don't get treated right, then we're mad at ourselves and be like, well, I should have just said I wasn't going. But because of who we are, because of who our nature is, sometimes it's hard. Even with friends, sometimes it's hard to say, girl, I can't today.
Yeah. I I think I'm having one of them situations now, so
Yeah.
I completely understand.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, real talk, sister to sister, real talk. When we can say, I can't right now, that grows us even the more, because we're saying, I'm not saying that we can't do this or I don't want to, but right now, just like you said earlier, if somebody's coming to you and they're in a crisis and you say, I'm not in the best place, same thing. If your friends are coming to you and you say, listen, right now, I can't because, you know what, maybe your finance is not right. Or you know what, I may not have nobody to watch the kids. Or right now, I just want to chill. It's okay, whether it's whatever. And you have to be okay with that. But don't allow people to make you feel like you got to be available all the time.
Yes.
And I'm just telling you that real talk. Don't let people make you feel like you got to be available all the time, because that's not a real world that we live in. Because even as a mama, sometimes I may not be available to my kids. That's real talk. Even as a daughter, I may not always be available, to my mom. I just be like, Mom, no, don't want to come. I'm just gonna chill. And
Yeah.
you have to be okay with that. And that's the bottom line. We're not gonna be available for everybody all the time.
Yes.
And so whatever got to say or get to, I hope and pray that you get to it. But I'm telling you, as a sister, don't allow people to make you feel like if you don't do it, well, I can't. If you
Yeah.
love me. If you don't understand, then hey, maybe just not working out for me. And
Yeah.
that's real talk. If my friends can't understand, if you want to go out and I say, girl, y'all go ahead, have a good time, we'll chit chat, and they make me feel bad, then I need to be like, well, why do y'all make me feel bad because I choose to stay home? It's got to be a level of respect all the way around the board, because if you respect them and their boundaries, they have to respect your boundaries. And that's one thing that I had to learn. We have to have boundaries. We have to have boundaries. And when we set boundaries and make them clear, then people are going to respect you. If they know, hey, Danielle said this is A to Z and this is what it is, they're going to respect your boundaries because they already know. She already's got her boundaries. And that's the hardest thing. When we set boundaries, people have clear-cut understanding of who we are. And I had to learn that later in life. I am 55, and I had to learn that. But you know what? I'm glad I learned it now. It doesn't matter if I learned it at 55 or 25, but I've learned it now to set my boundaries. And that's what every woman on here needs to do, set boundaries. Because when we set boundaries, we can love freely, we can give freely, and we can just be true to who we are. Yeah,
Yes.
we can. We can. But I thank you, thank you, thank you. I am doing a fashion show for young kids. Hopefully your daughter can come.
Yes.
It's free. Um, it's a Confident Me. This is my flyer. So I've been posting it all week, all day rather, and it's going to be here in North Carolina. And so I'm not having a casting call. Kids, whoever want to come, they can come. It's free. We're going to practice the day of. I already have 3 designers. One is my sister Queen. One is my cousin Lee Williams with Positive One, and then I had Stephanie. I think her last name Rice. She reached out to me and said she wanted to be a part of it. So I'm super, super excited. So I think altogether now I'm going to have 4 designers. And so I'm truly, truly blessed. So hopefully your daughter can come. Anybody that's on here, if your kid is 6 to 16, we're just going to have an amazing time just letting them be who they are. And the title of the show is A Confident Me. A Confident Me. That's the title of the fashion show. A Confident Me. It's not so much about the fashion. It's about teaching our kids to exude confidence now at an early age.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thank you, thank you, thank you. You did amazing. I know when sometimes when people come online, they be like, "Woo, I'm so nervous," but no, you did amazing. But stay true to yourself, stay beautiful, and love where you are in life. And just remember, set boundaries, set boundaries, set boundaries.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Queen. Yes, you're gonna be there in the house. Yes, thank you guys for the stars. I am so appreciative. But I love you. You're amazing. Just keep being amazing. Just keep being amazing.
Ma'am.
And until next time, I will see you in Virginia.
Yes.
Bye.
Love you.
Love
Bye.
you too. Guys, thank you for tuning in to Hot Topics with Donna, um, with the beautiful Danielle. I'm going to give you some updates. Hold on. Let me see. I'm going to see. Hold on. If I can get her off. Hold on while I get my stuff together. Okay, let me see. I don't know how. Okay. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. I am so appreciative. Danielle is such a beautiful soul. And guys, like I tell you, and like I just told her, please set boundaries. Please set boundaries for yourself, whether it's with your friends, whomever that's a part of your life, you have to set boundaries. Boundaries will allow us to flow in our truth. We don't have to keep explaining ourselves why we're not going to do this, why I'm going to do this. No, if I say I'm not going to do it, I'm just not going to do it because you already know my boundaries. You already know the expectations that I have for you. And we have to be okay with saying no. Like my girlfriends, they may be like, girl, we going out. You going? No, I'm going to sit this one out. And they be like, okay, but y'all tell me how it went. Because when we set boundaries, it gives people the understanding is, well, if I ask Donna to go out and she say no, it's not that she don't want to hang with us. It's just that she don't want to go. And when you have people that love you and respect that, they would not be trying to make you feel bad because you say, well, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. Well, you know what? Hey, if you're upset, you'll be all right. And if you don't want to deal with me, that'll be okay too. Because you have to cut your boundaries, lay it on the table. And sometimes you have to go back and revisit boundaries, if you will, because we've grown, we grow. And if I am 55 now and I still got the mentality when I was 30, I want my friends to tell me, get your life in order. Get your life in order. And I need you to come up to 55. Because I need to know, what are you thinking, why you want to stay stuck, and what happened. And we can't teach each other boundaries if we don't have them ourselves. We have to have clear-cut boundaries. And it's okay. It's okay. Trust and believe, it is okay to have boundaries. It is okay to say no. Because when you start saying yes all the time, and then when you say that first no, hey, you might just get cussed out because you have been saying yes, 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 yes. And then that one time you be like, girl, bye. No, I'm not. And then you're going to hear all this hoo-ha. So that's why it's very important that you set boundaries and stick to your boundaries. Stick to your boundaries. Don't just be that person that people can say, oh, yeah, Donna going to do it. Ask Donna, she going to do it. Oh, yeah, girl, all you got to do is ask her, she going to do it. No. I don't want to be that ride or die chick that I always say, yeah, and that's how you think of me. You see what I'm saying? I want to be your ride or die chick because you understand me, you understand my boundaries, you respect my boundaries. That's what I want to be, your ride or die chick, not because I'm just a yes girl that say yes to everything you do or co-sign on everything that you do. And one thing that I tell people, you better check your friendships, because if you're doing something that you know you should not be doing and your friends are always co-signing and you signing that check, you better check them. Because if I'm out here living ratchet and doing whatever I want to do and my friends are saying, oh girl, yeah, you're doing good, the devil is a liar, and you better check your relationships. Because if you have a friend and if you out here doing ratchet, your friend should be able to say, Donna, I don't know what's going on with you right now, but we need to have a chit chat. What's going on? Tell me, because this your behavior that you're doing right now, this not even you. And when you have those type of friends that hold you accountable, those are friends that you stick with. I don't want friends that always co-signing on what I'm doing. If I am living reckless and doing something I shouldn't be doing, or even if you notice something different, tell me. Tell me. Don't just let me be out here acting all ratchet, and then you know that people out here being like, oh, well, Donna acting ratchet, living crazy, but her girlfriend's over here laughing hee-haw, and they still allowing you to do that? Girl, please. Don't allow your friends to be acting ratchet. If you see them misbehaving and doing something, all you can do is say, listen, I don't know what's going on, but you know what? This ain't you. So is there something I'm missing or we need to talk about? And when you can do that and they don't get mad and talk about, oh, you jealous or whatever. No, I ain't jealous, because I'm going to be mad because you're allowing me to act like I ain't got no sense. How can you get mad with your friend telling you, girl, get your life in order? You can't be out here living reckless and doing whatever and all this kind of stuff, and your friends just say, oh, girl, yes, yes. And people over here looking crazy at you and saying, oh, well, that's my friend. She gonna act like that. Well, I don't want friends like that. I want friends to tell me, you know what, Donna, how you acting ain't cool. You shouldn't be over here acting this way. You need to, because we got to hold each other accountable. And how can we teach our young girls about friendships, about sisterhood, when we're not doing it ourselves, when we're not holding each other accountable, when we are here just giving people a high five and you living reckless? You giving people a high five and you half naked. Come on now. Like I said, at the end of the day, if I don't have hot topics with Donna, if I don't have shape and all the stuff that I'm doing, one thing that I want to have is Donna Taylor. I want people to respect who I am, because at the end of the day, that's all I have. Because when I see the maker, he ain't gonna say, oh, well, I know you did a good job on hot topics. He ain't gonna say, oh, well, you was running shape good. He gonna say, Donna Taylor, this is all you was doing. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So let us get it together, sisters. It doesn't matter if we're born in the same family. If you're my sister, you're my friend, then I should be able to say, you know what? Hey, what's going on? What's going on? And it ain't about me getting in your business. It's about me loving you enough to say, girl, look, I don't know what's going on right now, but something ain't right. What's like, if you need to talk, I'm available. Because I'd rather tell you than have somebody talk about you, and you call yourself my friend and you gonna allow somebody else to talk about me. Tell me what's going on. Tell me what's wrong with this picture. We need friends that's gonna hold us accountable. If we say we're gonna be sisters, let's be sisters through and through. Let's be sisters through and through. And it ain't about me being jealous. It's about me saying, hey, I don't know what is on your mind right now, but I see how you're moving. I see how you're dressing. I see your behavior is totally different. What's going on? What's going on? So if we want to be a sisterhood, then we need to start with our own self and set boundaries with our own self and say, you know what? I don't care what everybody else is doing. I want to be different. I want to be on the island that's doing something totally different than what you're doing. And even if we're doing the same thing, let's make sure we're both doing it decent and in order. If you're over here doing a podcast and I'm doing a podcast, let's make sure we're doing it decent and in order, and we ain't on here acting ratchet. You see what I'm saying? We have to be straight, guys. We have to be straight. And I don't know who this was for or whatever, but that's just how the Holy Spirit had me go. But I'm telling you, when we talk about sisterhood, it's about unity. about unity. I am in my lane, you're going to be in your lane, but at the end of the day, whether you're doing 45 and I'm doing 55, it does not matter. If we're still walking in our purpose, we're going to get there at our destined time and not before. But if I am looking at what Queen is doing, I am going to cause a head-on collision because I took my eyes off of where I'm supposed to be going. So ladies, stop being in competition with each other. Stay in your lane. And if you're staying in your lane and I'm staying in mine, we will get there. We will freaking get there. I can't run in Queen's lane because I may not be able to handle what may be up her in her lane. And she may not be able to handle what's in my lane. So why are we competing with each other? Your journey is your journey. My journey is my journey. And we don't know what hiccups going to be in the journey. So we need to stop this jealousy and stop trying to say, well, I'm going to try to get ahead of you. But you know what? When you try to get ahead, then you cause a wreck. And then what? And then you start back over again. And then the next person that comes along, because the person you was in competition with, they already they don't reach their destiny. And now here comes somebody else and you want to try to compete again. Stay in your lane. If you at 25, be at 25. Be happy being at 25. Just keep pushing. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Because you're going to get there at the designed time. When God say, this is your destination, this is your path, you stay on it, you work it. You work it. And the only thing I should be saying is, Queen, I see you, sis. You keep going. Keep going. Keep pushing. You're doing it. Because when we start getting in competition, we lose focus on what we're supposed to be doing. I want to build my brand. I can't build my brand always trying to be in Queen's lane because I'm taking away from me doing what I need to do to continue to build my brand. So whatever you're doing, do it to your ability. You ain't got to prove nothing to nobody. And stop allowing people, whether it's in your social circle or on social media, make you feel like you got to keep up with the Joneses, whatever. Hey, I don't give a jack crap what nobody's doing. All I'm worrying about is what Hot Topics with Donna is doing, what Detailer Network is doing, and what I'm doing with my organization. Those are the only three babies that I am worried about because I have enough on my plate, not outside of what I got going on. I got a home to run. I got a job to do. And do you think I got time to be trying to add somebody else's journey on my journey? I don't think so. I don't think so. And I've been on this journey for 2 years. And yesterday was 3 years since my late husband passed away. And you mean to tell me I got time to be worrying about somebody else's journey? I am still trying to stay on my journey, still trying to stay sane, still trying to just make it every freaking day. Because I don't never know when the grief going to hit me again. I don't never know when the tears going to come. But what I do know is if I stay the course in my own journey, I'm going to make it. And I'm telling you, if you stay the course in your own journey, you're going to make it. So stop looking at other people because you don't know their journey. You don't know how they up at night, whether they're crying. You don't know what it takes for them to just keep pushing day by day, to keep pushing their brand, to keep pushing whatever they're doing. We have no idea about people's journey. And like I tell people all the time, don't look at what I have on the outside. I can make this outer shell look however I want to. I can have a curly hair today, straight tomorrow. It doesn't matter because I can control this on the outside. But you don't know what people struggling with day by day, and you trying to be in competition. We got to do better. Ladies, we have to do better. People are hurting. Women are hurting. And that's why I am so thankful that when you see a sister, you should say, you look nice today. How are you doing today? Because I don't have a problem telling another woman that she looks beautiful, because it doesn't take anything away from me. But when you find yourself in jealousy, backbiting, and all this other foolishness that you do, ask yourself why. Ask yourself, what is the real reason? Because you know what? And I told y'all this when I did, why are women jealous of each other? If you don't like me, tell me you don't like me. You ain't got to give me a reason. But tell me, because then I know how to deal with you. I would still treat you with respect, but then I already know, oh, she don't like me. That's cool. I'm gonna respect her. It's gonna be, hey, how you doing? And I can keep it moving, because I won't entertain you. That's one thing I will not do. And like I said, either you're going to be for me or you're going to be against me. But don't be a chameleon. Don't be a snake in my camp and knowing good and doggone well you do not like me. Because that's when people play dangerous games. If you know you don't like a woman, leave her alone. Don't be in her camp, in her circle, being a snake today, a chameleon. You change just like you changing your underwear. Excuse my language. But hey, either you're going to be for real or you're not. That's just point blank. Be for real. You don't change. If you don't like me, that's good. Life goes on, because that's one less thing I have to worry about. And that's real talk. Because I'm not going to be everybody's cup of tea, and everybody's not going to be mine. But one thing I will do, I will respect you. If you're not my cup of tea, hey, I'm not going to disrespect you. But be loyal to the people that's loyal to you. But if you know you are friends with someone or trying to be friends with someone, be for real. Don't be a chameleon. Don't be a snake. Because sooner or later you will get caught. You will get found out. Because sooner or later you ain't going to be able to keep changing back and forth. Because then you get caught up. A compliment can go a long way. That may be the only one they get all day. Absolutely. Guys, I'm not going to apologize because it needed to be said. But one thing I am going to tell you is we must treat ourselves with the utmost respect, and it's not about being arrogant or whatever people may think. And like I just was telling Danielle, the word that I chose today was confidence, because I know what it's like not to have self-confidence. I know what it's like, and it doesn't feel good. But when I came to my freaking senses and say, how in the I allow someone, a human, make me feel less than, because I have boundaries. I have boundaries. So I just went for the okie doke. You want me to change? Oh, yeah, I'll change. I'll do this. You want me to be this way? Oh, yeah, I'll be this. But when I found out who I was in Christ, and he told me I was fearfully and wonderfully made, ain't no devil in hell can tell me different. And I am not being arrogant. I just know that's what my father told me. That's what he's telling you. And so whenever you feel like people are trying to make you feel less than, you say, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. And then you can go and read Jeremiah 29:11. Guys, I love you. I love you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank everyone that gave me the stars. If this is your first time tuning in, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you know someone that would like to be on Hot Topics with Donna, the only requirement is you be honest, open, and transparent. That's what we do here. It ain't about exposing people. It ain't about people airing their dirty laundry. It's about being honest, open, and transparent with who you are, where you are. It doesn't matter. It does not matter at all. I'm going to give you some things. I'm going to do my organization, SHAPE. We're back up and running, and SHAPE stands for Spiritual Gifts, Healing Hearts, Abilities, Personalities, and Experience. And we're having our third annual A Confident Me fashion show. It's going to be August 19th here in Moore County. I will give you more update. So if you have someone that's 6 to 16, they can be in this fashion show. It is free of charge. We're going to practice the day of. And we're just going to have an amazing time. My sister Queen that's on here, Unique Queen, she is one of the designers. My cousin Lee Williams, Positive One, he is one of the designers. I had Stephanie. She's one of the designers, and I still have one more that is confirmed. Guys, let me tell you, when I started doing this fashion show, the kids brought their own outfit. I gave it a scene, but now I will have 4 designers for this fashion show. I am going to open up vending spots. I am so super excited, but it feels good when you have people that believe in what you do. Not because I'm just that good, but just because they believe in me. They believe in me, and that means so much to me. So I thank you, thank you, thank you. If you watched the show last night, my guest Kim Avery was on there, and this is a sentence to pray. Guys, this is going to be a phenomenal movie. It's June 17th. It's in Charlotte, and I will post this on my page. The lady that wrote this play was incarcerated when she did this movie, excuse me. So, guys, you should go check it out. Go check it out. Maybe we can make it a girl sisterhood if you guys are local. We can go see it together and enjoy it. And then on June 10th in Sanford, North Carolina, my sister Kimmy Collins, she's doing the DUWOP 2023 Delegation of Women of Power. They're going to be teaching women how to do head wraps. They're going to have spoken words. So this is another awesome event that's going on in Sanford. So, and then on June 10th, LaWanda Wells is putting on the fashion show, an Art of God Immersed fashion show, an art tour. So, hey, this is in Greensboro. So she's looking for vendors, sponsors, and volunteers. So there's another event. And then in Sanford, July 29th, my friend Vincent Ingram, How It Seems presents what's meant to be an empowerment fashion show. So it's a guy doing amazing things here. He's amazing. And then October the 7th, my friend Jonice, she's doing No Heels to Heels. That is in Spring Lake, North Carolina. And then my friend Diamond Knight, Beyond the Vision. This is her second NC Dopest Contour Award and Fashion Show, October 28th. This is in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Guys, people are doing some amazing things here right in our little town of North Carolina. And then I Am Plush, November the 11th. So that's going to be in Fayetteville as well. And I think I will see if we can get some tickets or something to give away. But guys, thank you, thank you, thank you for tuning in. Thank you every week that you come on, support me, just sharing my posts, sharing my things. That's what this platform is about. It's not only about interviewing ordinary people doing extraordinary things in their lives and in their communities. It's about letting people see that we always don't have it together. We do not always have it together. I don't always have it together. But I thank you, thank you, thank you. I will be back this week, hopefully, and I will bring some more hot topics. But until then, I love you. I love you. Be safe. Love each other. Meet each other where they're at. Bye.